Nithyananda, everybody. Today, before I start the Kalpataru session, which is in the next 15 minutes, I'm just checking my laptop. I thought I'll come on live so that I don't miss coming on to live and sharing with you all. So today's book is actually Bhagavad Gita Demystified by Swamiji, and the page that I have opened up to is 278, and it says drop your ego. And the question, which I feel, well, I decided that I'm actually going to again spontaneously pick up any material around me that belongs to Swamiji, as in books by Swamiji, or satsangs by Swamiji, clicks, anything from Enlightened app, anything that His Divine Holiness Bhagavan Sri Nithyananda Paramashivam has offered for the upliftment of humanity. Pick up anything and then spontaneously share about it. Okay, so today's page happens to be drop your ego. And actually, this is a question, but because I quickly glanced at it as I opened the book, and I thought, okay, this will really serve people, because it's a question often that I have come across. Swamiji, when you say that we should live without ego, is it really possible to do that when we live in the material world? Wouldn't we then become failures materially? Okay, so oftentimes people have thought if you're going to be spiritual, you've got to be poor, or not successful materially, you've got to renounce material. Yes and no, I guess, in a way, but let's see what Bhagavan has to say. Ego, as I have used the term here, has two aspects. In Sanskrit, we call these ahankara and mamakara. So ahankara is the outer image that we present to the world, and mamakara is the inner image that we have for ourselves. So outside, we project ourselves to be much more stronger, more intelligent, etc., etc. But inside, maybe we may be feeling low self-esteem, low self-confidence. I'm not good enough, etc., etc. So ahankara, Swamiji is saying, ahankara is ego projected outwards. It is about what you convey to others about who you are. This is always more than what you are. You would like people to think that you are more handsome, smarter, richer, and in all ways better than what you really are. Mamakara is what you think about yourself within you. It is always less than what you really are. People say to me, no, Swamiji, I have a high self-esteem. Remember, as long as you do not realize that you are God, your self-esteem is low. So that's clarified. That's really clarified. Anything less than you experiencing yourself as Paramashiva is low inner self-image. The gap between ahankara and mamakara is what causes trouble. So the gap between these two is what causes trouble. You like to project something that you do not think you are. You may term this differential ego. This is the differential you need to drop. When you are the same while looking inwards and projecting outwards, there is no problem. You are quite natural. You are the real self. You do not need to boast. You do not need to hide. If you reach this state, you will in fact do far better materially, because people will have far greater respect for you. You will be doing what you promise and promise what you can deliver. This will be no different. There will be no differential. Of course, in a deeper sense, as you progress spiritually, you may drop all attachment to yourself, your body-mind system. This does not mean that you cannot function in the material world. Many masters have functioned in such a state. In such a state, one's identification is not with this material body-mind system at all, but with existential energy. Then your ahankara and mamakara are harmonized at the highest possible level of divinity. So this is really profound and great. I don't think I've ever opened this book in this way and read it. I have quite a lot of books from Swamiji. Swamiji has written any of the books that he's written from the early days. I have a lot of those books, and this is the first time I'm actually reading thoroughly a page properly, if you like. I can't remember the last time I did this, and so beautifully Bhagavan is sharing that actually the intricacies of the spiritual world, which likely go amiss or are misunderstood, misinterpreted, where either we are too materially involved, or we go the other way and renounce everything, including responsibility. So this is not about being in the material world and renouncing responsibility. It's about entangling more and more and more each day with the truth and the reality that we are Paramashiva, we are superconsciousness, we are our higher self, and anything less than that is is just playing a lesser game. So in the end, it's not about material or spiritual per se. It is about what we're identifying ourselves with and how authentic we're being. So both you can have success in the material world when you're truly connected and authentic to who you truly are. So in the end, it makes sense to invest time to really understand that forgotten dimension of us, which is I am Paramashiva. So Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. This is the Mahavakya that is to be chanted 24 hours a day in the throat region as ajapa ajapa, which is rotating in a circular motion like this in the throat region, the mantra continuously going round and round. That is, Swamiji has said he's available immediately when we are chanting that, making that part of us. And chanting that also means that we are continuously reminding ourselves that we are that I am Paramashiva, and entangling more and more with that space and state, being in that state and space, and operating from that state and space, then automatically we become materially successful. Thank you so much for listening. I better head on and open the Zoom room for the Kalpataru that is about to happen in about 9 minutes. So if you'd like to join, it's in my Zoom room. It's going to be all day. And I look forward to connecting with you again tomorrow. Thank you. Nithyanandam.